welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In The Mixer, episode 30. Who would have thought when we started this series out we'd eventually get to episode 30? Who would have thought when we started the channel would be a couple of years down the track and getting through this series with FC Ironman? I certainly didn't. If you did, brilliant. Talk to me about who's going to win next year's Premier League because I need to play some bets. A massive episode. I know I say that so often it kind of loses all its meaning, but we have an opportunity today to get an unprecedented 5th divisional title in a row. Even last year with our phenomenal #United series, I couldn't manage that. And this time we have a really good chance of doing it. Because of that, we're going to jump straight into the game. And we're going to look at the top of the division here. We're currently 5 points clear. In the last episode where we beat Northampton in the FA Trophy quarter-final, we then kind of said, we're just going to wait and see how it goes. We were sitting behind South Shields, and we also had a bunch of other teams equal with us on points. Their wheels have come off. We have managed to hold our nerve, getting good results against Nantwich, Darlington and Guiseley in a very tight game that had a late winner. The other sides have fallen off quite a bit. It's now Curzon Ashton in second spot on 72 points plus 31 goal difference. South Shields, who were in first and were playing today, in third spot, 24 goal difference and 72 points. And Chester also 72 points and 24 goal difference, but with less goals scored. So it is super tight still for those three teams. But if we can get even a single point in the game today, we're going to guarantee our... we get a single point in the game today. If we win today, let's just make this simple. If we win today, we guarantee ourselves a league title. We'll go to 80 points. Even if Curzon Ashton win, they'll go to 75. They can't catch us. What we also have is 2 legs of our FA Trophy game. So if we win this game against South Shields, we'll do both of the FA Trophy games, the semi-final legs, and we'll do a bonus episode for the final tomorrow. If we lose against South Shields, we'll probably skip the first leg of the semi-final leg 1. It's the one at home, and then we'll do the game against Morpeth and the return leg to see if we can make that final. So a fantastic chance for the double, a massive episode with 4 very important games to be played. And yes, I thought about suiting up, but I thought, no, I'll hold that for the cup final if we get to it. If we don't, we'll know that this polo is forever cursed and we will throw it in the trash immediately. We won't. We'll donate it to someone. But more than enough from me. Let's go and look at the 2 teams for the South Shields game now. And this is the lineup that we're going with. Of course, Dennis in goal. Carson and Bellahoon as the central defensive partnership. Melbourne and Sheriff as the 2 fullbacks. Connolly is out suspended for this game and potentially the next game as well. Longello and Wang on the wings. Haygarth and Hodgson as the central midfield partnership. And Norton and Samuels up front. Samuels has been phenomenal this year. 57 goals in 53 appearances. If he can, in the last 4 games, get to 60, that will be a fantastic turnaround. I don't think we're going to be able to keep him for next year. There's so many clubs that are interested in him, and rightly so. And then next to him, Christian Norton on a very similar incline. He's got 16 goals in his 15 appearances for the club. He's been excellent as well since we brought him in. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. It looks very solid. They've got Jamie Proctor, 32-year-old up top, ex-Fleetwood, ex-Rotherham. He looks to be very solid at this divisional level. They've got a left winger in Cal Naismith, who also looks to be very good, playing at Wigan at the start of the game, then at Dundee, and then he's made the drop down to South Shields. He's on quite a bit of money a week as well, more than anyone that we've got. So they're definitely splashing some cash to try and get out of the division. It's pretty fantastic that we've managed to stay with them. They've got Ben Blythe, 22-year-old left back from Doncaster, who looks to be fairly solid as a 22-year-old option. And then in goal, they've got Harry Campbell, 28-year-old ex-Bolton Wanderer, ex-Rotherham, ex-Bromley. Very good at this level and a very good player that should be playing in the higher divisions. So still a very good team. Make no mistake about the wheels coming off them a little bit. They will still be very much itching to get a good win against us and keep their title hopes alive. Passionately, we're going to say we owe South Shields after what happened in our last match. It works quite a bit, and they've asked me a question from the media. I didn't even know what the response was. We're just going to get stuck straight into our game and hopefully get a good result that will secure our league title for the day. The other game being played, Nuneaton Borough are playing Farsley. If Farsley win, I think they can jump up as high as 8th or something. But Nuneaton Borough will definitely want to be getting 3 points to hopefully move up the table and give them a higher seed in the playoffs. The bit that I haven't thought about, the bit I haven't really been thinking about, is playoff seeding. Because I'd like to think we could beat anyone even if we do drop in. Ball in here, it's pinballing around and Melbourne gets it away. I think it was a deflected cross there, but Dennis did quite well to keep it out. Oh no, Proctor was offside in the end. Finley with a wide free kick. It's deep towards Naismith. Dennis comes out and claims it very well. We've got a 2v2. Oh no, now it's a 2v3 if we get the ball forward correctly. He can come forward now. Looks to Longello on the left. He's got Jamie Melbourne outside him as well. Samuels looks for Norton, who's gotten in behind. Not much of an angle to work with, and he can only put it straight at Campbell in the South Shields goal. But definitely end-to-end stuff here. Long ball forward. Sheriff should be able to bring it down. Back to Bellahoon. Now Hodgson. Out wide to David Wang. Takes a step inside. Plays forward to Norton. Got good numbers on both sides. Haygarth with a great touch finds Longello on the left, and he gets the strike away. He's just offside. I thought he was in the build-up, to be fair. Haygarth, his touch was a little bit heavy. Took him an extra split second just to play that one through, but at least we know where the back of the net is. We're going to use our Get Creative shout for the next 10 minutes or so. See how we go. And they're going to have to come out at us in the second half to try and get a win. 2 minutes to be added on here. Okay, so at halftime, 12 shots, 4 on target, 46% for South Shields. They're definitely setting up to counter-attack. We've had 6, 2, and 54%. What I'm going to do is assertively say, it's time for you, everyone to dig in and show what you've got left tonight. Everyone's responded positively, and we're going to make that tactical tweak. We're going to go to our attacking shape, push the fullbacks on, push the wingers on just a little bit, and hopefully we can start creating some space in behind. They're going to have to come out a little bit. They're going to have to start committing men further forward. Bellahoon with the ball now. Can see they're almost a 4-2-4 at the moment in the shape. They've recovered possession in a good area. Naismith's got the goal side from the angle, and it's a 11th goal of the season for him, for Cal Naismith. Assist from Josh Harrison. Not a bad effort, but it isn't really what we want. Bellahoon here gives the ball, just goes long when he didn't need to. He had a man right there. Antwi with the header. Harrison with a good ball in behind on that side. Bellahoon doesn't come across, so it's not the best highlight from his perspective. And maybe the keeper could have done a little bit better. But look, still, a good finish from a good player. We knew it was going to happen. All right, I've got a highlight here. Blythe's going to take the throw in. Naismith back to him. Can we win the ball back? Forced back to Antwi. All the way back to Campbell in goal. So the press is working okay so far. He's gone over the top. We did have players in the area. Longello was there. Good header in midfield. Norton with the ball now. Back to Carson. Looks out left to Longello. Takes a touch around the defender and works his way into the box. Can he get the strike away from the angle? But keeper's equal to it again. Maybe could have looked to go wide and square it back up. But instead, the corner's pretty poor as well. Norton will recover. Tries to get across him, but Proctor closes it down. Highlight comes to an end. All right, let's do these subs. We've got Hodgson struggling a little bit. We'll bring on... who are we going to bring on? Let's swap the two midfielders. We'll bring on Liam Shaw for Max Haygarth as well. And our fullbacks appear to be struggling, so we'll bring on Ben Wells also. Let's give them a team talk and say, passionately have the ability to make a difference. And let's also, once we can, use our shout. There's a ball in the box here. It's pinballing around. Hodgson to Haygarth. Back to Carson. They've looked out right, but there was never anybody out there. Let's use our Get Creative shout. Kelly Evans with the long free kick forward. York with a good header in midfield. Shaw plays it out left to Samuels. Now to Longello, who skips past one challenge. Bursts in the box. Looks to hang one back stick, but it's a poor cross. And out for the goal kick. Everyone responded a little bit from the team talk. Ball in. Dennis has come out and claimed well. Get forward, boys. Get forward. Got Longello here. We could potentially find him in space. They've looked out towards him now. Can he drag a defender for Austin Samuels? Goes past one challenge. Can he square it up? There's a man in the middle. Antwi with a good tackle. Wells comes forward. Hangs one back stick towards Sheriff. Squares it for Norton, who puts it straight at the goalkeeper. Oh, disappointing. Disappointing result. Campbell with the ball now. Long one forward. Proctor. Wells. Bellahoon. Long one forward to Samuels. It's an excellent pass, actually, if he meant it. Samuels gets into the area, gets a strike away, and Campbell with just a tiny little save just to put that one out. So we're definitely putting them under pressure here, but we need to find that equaliser. The corner, again, is poor from David Wang. Shaw with the ball now. Tries to get it back in. Cleared by the midfielder. Harrison turns and moves into space. Good tackle from York in midfield. Longello, back to Wells. Long ball forward for Samuels. Kelly Evans. The highlight just will not end. Ball in behind. Carson with a good header. York flicks it on towards David Wang, who immediately switches out to Longello. Takes a great touch. Finds Samuels in the box. Can he find the finish? Oh, he had 2 snaps at it. And finally, it ends up going out for a goal kick. Oh, the pressure here. And some of the length of these highlights, these are massive. We're going to use our demand more shout. 10 minutes remaining. Everyone seems focused by it, but we haven't seen any further highlights. 3 minutes to be added on here, and we are rocketing through it without seeing anything further. And the referee's called full time. So South Shields have won on the day, but we do still remain top of the division. They've had 18 shots, 5 on target, 48% possession. We've had 15, 7, and 52. Addressing the players, we're going to say disappointed that we couldn't seal the title with a win. I'm not looking to destroy anyone's confidence, though. We are still 2 points clear. That is of South Shields to go to 75 points. Curzon, Ashton, 72. Chester, 72. We're not exactly out of the woods, but also we're not panicking just yet. We're going to send our assistant to that pre-match press conference. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to play the Dag and Red game off screen. We're going to come back and do the game against Morpeth away from home. All we have to do is get 3 points there and the title is ours. Nobody can catch us unless we drop points again. So that game becomes very interesting. It also becomes interesting if we draw because goal difference and stuff will come into it. We do have the best goal difference of any of the teams competing for it. So we just have to mainly get a draw or get a win. Magic of editing though, we're going to jump forward to that game against Morpeth now. All right, so just like that, we are a week ahead now. I know you desperately want to know, so we're going to go through it now. We did, in our last game, win 3-1 in that FA Trophy semi-final first leg. They were much better than us statistically, but they just set themselves up to let us in behind. So Christian Norton got in behind to start the score in 24th minute. Austin Samuels with the double as well. Samuels got in another 2 or 3 times. They just continued to push a high line, and basically we just kept winning the ball back and releasing those 2 forwards straight in, and they had many, many opportunities to get 1v1s. Hopefully, Morpeth will make the same mistake today and hand us a divisional title. That's really what we want to see. And if we get the win in this game, we'll go and check. Now that kind of like the Dag and Red return leg is a bit of a dead fixture, we might do it off screen. We'll see how the result goes in this game. If it's poor, then I might want to try and get revenge. So still a tremendous amount to play for, still a lot going on. Of course, we are going with a relatively unchanged lineup. The only changes are to the subs. Narkia comes on. I think Shaw comes on as well from the last team we used. They got Folks in goal. Ex-Hull City goalkeeper looks to be quite solid. Has conceded a lot in his games for the club though. They got Reid, their captain in midfield. Sean Reid, ex-Blythe Spartans. Looks to have played quite a fair few games around this divisional level. And up top, they've got Alfie May, 30-year-old, ex-Doncaster Junior, also played at Billericay. Looks to be fairly solid, but nothing super spectacular. You'd hope that we would have enough to get past the 12th place team in our division if we're beating teams from the higher division on a regular basis. Passionately, we're going to say, media have given you a lot of credit lately. I know it's repetitive, but it seems to have done the best. For us, we consistently get good responses out of it, so I'm going to consistently keep using it. Looking at the other games, Curzon Ashton have Leamington away from home. The first highlight of the game here, Norton with the ball. He's got Samuels in front of him. He moves into space on his own, strikes on his left foot from distance, and Folks with a good save just pushes it out for the corner. It's going to be David Wang to take. Deep one across, headed away by Hickey and then Reid. Now to Bevan, who's got time and space in front of him. He just needs to slow up so that we can get a man to him. Gets goal side. It's a very good chase there from Max Haygarth, who did very well to close the ball down. Deep free kick here. Dennis to take. Ball forward to Melbourne. He's got time in front of him. Looks towards Longello, who takes a good touch away from the defender. Melbourne with the ball over the top. Samuels has gotten in and goal side, and he finds the finish. His 60th goal of the season. What a phenomenal return that is. It's his 41st of the league season as well. Just astronomical figures. That is absolutely ridiculous from a player at any divisional level. I'd love to see, if you've got players that are getting more than that or less than that, let me know in the comments below. He's having one of the best seasons I think I've ever had a player have at any level. I was meaning to say, but Guiseley are playing South Shields. South Shields have already taken a lead. Curzon Ashton playing Leamington. They're already 2-0 up. And Chester is playing somewhere else. They're currently drawing their game. So as things currently stand, as long as we don't throw up a lead or anything like that, we should have enough to guarantee ourselves a league title. We have given the ball away there. Clearance from Bevan, only as far as Sharif on the other side. Cut back to Hodgson. Little inside pass to David Wang. Now Hodgson. Ball over the top. Good overlapping run from Sharif. Can he get the right ball in the box? Samuels was there, but his header just over the bar. So we're still putting them under pressure. Haven't seen a highlight from them yet. Even if they do equalise, we would be on top on goal difference. But Curzon Ashton are doing their best. 3 goals up inside the first half to try and minimise that gap as much as humanly possible. Going to use our demand more shout. There is a highlight here. Reid with the ball. Longello wins it back. Hodgson comes forward into midfield. Plays one forward for Austin Samuels. Great touch, and Folks comes out and claims it very well. Did well to bring it from behind him in front. Folks was reading the game very well. Came out quickly, made himself big. Long ball forward here. Doherty. Belhoon with a flick on header. Harker plays Doherty in behind. Someone's got to get goal side. No one does, and it's his 15th goal of the season. So they have found an equaliser just to make everything nice and tense. I'm not looking at any bottle jobs just yet, but we are getting into that territory. It's just one long ball forward. Doherty, it's Belhoon with header, sorry. And then Harker, our ex-player, leads Doherty in onto that one. And it's a good finish, to be fair to him. Left foot, back low and hard across the goalkeeper for his 15th of the year. But I think that's their first shot on target. Second shot on target, actually. Ball forward here from Dennis. Carson with the ball. Out left to Melbourne. Looks towards Samuels now. Great touch for Longello. He gets tackled, but they managed to recover the ball in midfield. Releases Samuels in behind. He hasn't got much of an angle. He looked to square it up. Longello squares it up for Norton, and it's somehow closed down. Cut back again for Norton. He's had 2 chances at it, and the defence equal to it, getting blocks just in before they hack it away for a corner. There's no one in the middle, so I don't know why Wang is putting that corner in that space. Back to him now. Pinballing around. He's managed to recover possession. Hangs one back post, but there's no one there. Doherty with the ball now. Wang wings it back. Norton to Samuels. Back to David Wang. Samuels with the strike from the edge of the area. 61st goal of the season for him. What a wonderful strike it was. I was giving David Wang all kinds of shit for his corner delivery, but I think he won the ball back about 3 separate times here in quick succession. He wins it back there, then recovers. Norton plays Samuels. Back into Wang again. Lays one back to Samuels, and the first time of asking, smashes that one into the top corner. Folks did well to get across to it, but couldn't keep it out. And that takes us through to half-time. So we are 2-1 up, 17 shots, 4 on target, 57% of the ball. They've had 3 shots, 3 on target, and 43% possession, but we know one of those was a goal. So they do have some potency in attack. Passionately, we're going to say, happy with the performance so far, keep it up, and we're going to go after it. We're going to go to attacking. We seem to be doing quite well with it in the second half. Worst case scenario, they find an equaliser. We do still have a superior goal difference. Other teams elsewhere have pulled goals back as well. Melbourne with the ball now, hangs one up towards Norton, who has gone down in the box, and it looks like Austin Samuels is going to get a chance to get a final day hat-trick, and he doesn't waste any time, just smashes that one low and hard to the left of the keeper on his favoured left foot. 62 goals this season, 42 for the season. I think there's 42 games in a season, so he has played at a rate of a goal a game in the league, and the additional ones are his FA Trophy goals, which he has a chance to add to in the next match as well. And I think, I don't want to jinx anything because there's still 30 minutes remaining, so I'm not going to say it. Lips are sealed. No one's saying a damn word. We're just going to make some subs for fresh legs. A lot of games have been played, so Naki's going to come in on the right wing spot. And then we're also going to bring on Liam Shaw in midfield for Max Haygarth. Neither have played badly. We're just trying to make sure everyone's form and fitness stays consistent until we get through into that final game and that cup final. Long ball forward here to Longello. Worked it quite well from the goal kick scenario. He's got time and space in front of him, and now he's got the angle to shoot at. Squares it back up, can he? Cuts one back towards back post. Norton's in there. He's holding the ball now. Cuts back to Sheriff. Tries to go around the fullback. May goes through him, and we get a free kick in a wide area. It's going to be, I think, Shaw to take. He's just looking to hang this one back post. Had a wicked curl on it. Longello with the header eventually, but couldn't keep it down. Folks with a deep free kick here. It goes long up the line. Bellahoon with a great header. Clears it all the way back to Cook and the central defence. Norton and Samuels work well to recover possession, and Samuels gets the strike away. Can he square it back up now for Norton? Finds Naki instead. Tries to get the strike. Falls to Sheriff, who tries to get the strike. It's closed down again. Hodgson recovers possession. End-to-end stuff here. And by end-to-end, I mean our end all the time. Not their end in any time. Bellahoon, ball over the top, and the highlight comes to an end. There's an intensity to everything that's going on, which is great to see. Melbourne with a throw in here. Samuels plays it back to him. He hangs one near post for Norton to go after. They managed to scramble it away. Shaw with a wide free kick on the right-hand side. Ball was poor. Bellahoon has recovered possession though. We can reset. Goes through Melbourne. Ball forward towards Norton, who flicks it on for Longello, and he's passed that into an empty net, but he's going to be ruled out for offside. 10 minutes remain. Okay, we're going to use our demand more shout just to try and give everyone some focus through to halftime. We've got a throw in here. Melbourne to take. Staunton to Bevan. Clears it over into the right fullback spot. Sheriff should be able to go and claim the ball without any issues. He steps inside and gives the ball straight to Doherty. He didn't need to do that. He had so much time to go back to the keeper. Bellahoon's gone through Doherty as well, so we're going to make this a tense last 10 minutes or so. Hickey with the ball from the penalty spot. Will Dennis with the chance to make himself a hero today. And it's a good penalty, low and hard to the right of the keeper, very similar to Austin Samuels' one. And for the last 10 minutes or so here, we are going to be sitting on the edge of our seats. Not literally, figuratively. It's a very deep seat. I'd have to go a long way. Throw in here, Melbourne to take. We just want to keep it in that corner if we can, boys. 10 minutes or so, should be fine. Wilkinson flicks it on. Hodgson should recover. We can recycle possession, boys. Just keep the ball. Into Sheriff now. Back to Hodgson. Across to Shaw in midfield. We've got a 2v1 on the left if we find it quick enough. Ball over the top for Nakia instead. Can he find the cutback? Snell recovers and plays it up the line for Morpeth. Doherty. Back to Wilkinson. Into Hickey. Ball over the top for Doherty. Carson with an excellent header. Nakia moves into midfield. Squares it up for Shaw. Got numbers on the left. Instead, he's looked in behind for Samuels, who gets the strike away, and he was offside. He did look it. We had a 2v1 out there. We just need to try and keep possession. We've got a free kick here. Bevan from the wide area. Sheriff with a good header away. Venison keeps it in, and Longello recovers, plays the ball up the line towards Samuels. Flick on header, and he's got time to turn, and he can carry the ball. There's a man square with him if he wants to square it up. Instead, he goes himself. He had the simplest of tap-ins, and I can't be mad at him. He scored 62 goals for us this season, but Jesus, it just would have sealed the title. Hodgson to Bellahoon now, top of the box. Looks to switch it out to the left. Good header away from Williams from Morpeth. Shaw to Melbourne. And the highlight comes to an end. There's 3 minutes added on. We're through most of that now. And the referee calls full time. That is 5 league championships in a row. But we make it so hard for ourselves. A 3-2 win in the end. They had 5 shots, 5 on target, and 40% possession. We had 28, 9, and 60%. Austin Samuels' hat-trick, more than enough to get us through. And like he has all season, he has dragged us through this one. Passionately, I'm going to say congratulations, lads. Happy performance out there. Enjoy your success. These are the moments you'll remember when you hang up your boots, and everybody responds positively to that. But the season isn't over just yet. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves. We've got a whole bunch of different stuff here. We'll go and flick through it. FC Isle of Man win the Vanarama North title a year ahead of when we were expected to win it. We were expected to be involved in the playoffs this season. They've said our pivotal match was a 4-1 win against Eversham. We beat them 7-2. That was also a very big, high-scoring match. I'd say when we've played like our main rivals, like Chester, like South Shields, whoever else, we actually haven't won that many games. But it's been when we've been able to crush and pummel the teams beneath us in the division that we've actually managed to grind out the win here. FC Isle of Man lift Vanarama North on final day. Austin Samuels with the Man of the Match award, as he so often gets. He also gets 2K, and Jeremy Nakia gets 2.93K for their performances in that one. In the mix of praise by FC Isle of Man supporters, we were 7-1 pre-season odds to actually win it. South Shields were originally favourites, and the board is, of course, thrilled with that performance, as they should be. We joined the likes of York, Merthyr Town, Darlington, Southport, Stockport and Salford as previous winners of the competition. 18 medals have been given out, which is fantastic. Some of the other players we have passed on back to other lower division teams or back to their original clubs. Will Dennis has said that he's happy that we have performed as promised and secured promotion. So is Nakia. Apparently I promised him promotion also. Samuels drives FC Isle of Man forward. He has been absolutely magnificent. We're going to passionately tell him, you're superb in front of goal last time. Keep it up. And what I'm thinking now... actually, let's jump forward a couple of days and see if any of the end of season awards are actually given out. But what I'm thinking is, maybe tomorrow as a bonus episode, we do our semi-final second leg against Dagenham and Redbridge away from home. And if we win that game, we come back and also do in that episode a little bonus Saturday episode for you guys, our FA Trophy final. Alright, so we did jump forward a couple of days there. None of the end of season awards were forthcoming. I think they're waiting for our season to actually end before they announce it. We are, of course, 3-1 up in the first leg for our Dag and Red semi-final in the FA Trophy. If we win that one, we're going to go through and play Aldershot or Bradford, and they are both Vanarama national sides. If we can maintain that lead, you'll find out in tomorrow's little bonus episode where we'll go through that semi-final second leg and also the final if we happen to make it. As always, guys, thank you so much for your continued support on this series. I have been loving it. I hope you guys have as well. Throw a like on this video if you want to celebrate our 5th divisional title in a row. You can also subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept up to date on future videos as they are continuing to be released. If you check the links just over there on that side, at @InTheMixer_FM on Twitter to see all our interactions within the FM community, and also twitch.tv/InTheMixer_FM. We do a regular Sunday night stream, our Employee of the Month save there, Sunday morning if you're based over in the UK. But more than anything, thank you so much for watching. I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the Mixer.